Good evening, everyone. So, listen, we got some major news coming out about trade lines right now. Now, we all know how trade lines have been in the gray area of credit for years. Okay. Now, I got to say officially, she did not get any trade line company shut down, but there most is too much negative attention that she has now created. I don't think, of course, she did this purposely, but I think it's more so just promoting the services in general. And it's starting to get the attention that we don't want for trade lines. Let's be honest. You guys remember wholesale trade lines, and you guys also remember it was another one called Boost My Score, I believe. And either way, those were the largest companies at the time, for trade lines. And we all know, let's be totally honest, trade lines have always been in the gray area for quite some time. Okay. And so, do we want them to go away? No, we don't want them to go away. Right. But at the same time, we got to make sure that things actually make sense, right? And so, either way, regardless of what you think about trade lines, I want you guys to see this video that she actually is that she did on TikTok, and it's been going viral. I know you guys can't hear it now. Don't worry. I'm going to show you guys the video. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the video, and you guys can determine for yourself. I don't think that, of course, she meant for things to go this way. And I know what you're thinking. Well, Calvin, she just did a video. Nah, I'm going to show you what this video has led to. As a matter of fact, let's get right into it right now. All right. So I'm going to flip this
Here's your
screen on
Forbes
you guys,
daily
so
briefing
you guys
for
can actually see it. And yes, you guys are seeing Forbes magazine, Forbes.com. Forbes has picked this article up because the TikTok has gone viral. And so they said, hey, listen, because she says this is the sketchiest way for me to make money. She says it herself. By the way, she is a trade line client on the other side. So she's one of the credit card providers. Okay. You normally don't hear too much from the credit card providers. Like, who are these people? Well, she's one of them. And she says herself, this may be one of the sketchiest things that I've done to make money. Okay. We're going to get all into it for sure. All right. So first off, let's see what Forbes magazine wrote about it. Now they didn't put a news anchor on this. They literally just posted this, May 10th. Okay. But either way, it seems I don't like the attention that it gets because I'll let you guys watch for yourself. Let's check it out.
briefing for Friday, May 10th. Today on Forbes, this company wants to rent your credit history. When a woman who once bore the title Financial Applications Product Owner 2 at an insurance company starts a TikTok with, quote, "This is the sketchiest thing I'm doing to make extra money." You might think she's playing it up for drama. But Amber Smith, a 27-year-old from Des Moines, Iowa with an MBA, is dead serious.
Yeah.
She's swapped insurance for the influencer business, focusing her content on reselling clothes. And she's been picking up $40 here and there with a scheme that sounds pretty shady.
See?
In the video that has since garnered millions of views across the social media sphere, Smith says, quote, "I've started selling trade lines on my credit cards. Essentially what this is if a person has bad credit, but they know that they need to get a mortgage or a car loan or something, they pay money to this website." The website she's referring to is Tradeline Supply Company, a San Diego-based broker.
Yep, y'all seen them.
Smith continues, quote, "This website matches them up with me based on what they're looking for, and I add them as an authorized user to my credit card." A trade line, for the uninitiated, is what the credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, call each credit card account listed on an individual's credit history report. Algorithms turn the information in credit reports into a credit score.
Yep.
Most often a FICO score ranging from 300 to 850.
Yep.
Incredibly, individuals like Smith with strong credit histories can make money by adding total strangers as authorized users on their credit cards. These buyers don't actually gain access to the card. Instead, they get a trade line, paying for the benefit of the card's favorable characteristics, its long account history, high credit limits, and impeccable on-time payment record, to appear on their own credit reports.
Yep.
The richer the card's history and the larger its credit line, the higher the fee it commands. After a few months, the seller removes the buyer from the card and opens up the spot for the next customer to piggyback off their sterling credit profile.
Yep.
On Tradeline Supply's website recently, A 3-year-old Capital One card with a $5,000 limit was listed at $322. Meanwhile, a 19-year-old Chase card with a $69,700 limit was priced at $1,955, almost as much as the average American household spends on housing each month. There appears to be quite a big markup involved. Social influencer Smith says she earned $40 from a sale that Tradeline Supply priced at $275.
That's it.
Darren Iba, Tradeline Supply's chief operations officer, wouldn't discuss the company's revenue or markups, but did take pains to point out that the company isn't promising buyers results. He says, quote, "Many consumers make the mistake of thinking that trade lines arbitrarily boost credit scores. However, this is not necessarily true."
Now, I'm gonna let this video play out, but that's the company CEO that's saying that, okay? So again, it's surprisingly that they would even say something like that because they can't guarantee results, but they know what they're saying without saying it.
Forbes reached out to 2 other trade line selling sites, competitors Boost Credit 101 and Superior Trade Lines, but both didn't respond to requests for comment.
Of course not.
Despite Iba's disclaimer, trade line buyers obviously believe it's a quick and effective way to hack their credit scores, getting a temporary boost that might qualify them for credit lines and loans, or for lower rates than they could get otherwise. And there's some evidence it can work. There are also plenty of critics. Beverly Harzog, a credit card expert and the host of Your Personal Economy podcast, says, quote, "I don't think this is a good idea for buyers or sellers. It's not technically illegal, but whenever you have to say that something isn't technically illegal, there's something else wrong with it. There's a lot of risk involved. You could break the terms and conditions of your credit card. You could be helping someone commit fraud." For sellers, the main risk is getting their card canceled if the issuer catches wind of the trade line selling. Then there's the slim chance, albeit a scary one, that a buyer might finagle their way into actually charging purchases on the account, even without a physical card. They could, in theory, pull some tricks using the details that pop up on their credit report. Online chatter suggests it's unlikely, but Amber Smith admits you probably wouldn't hear someone confess they got duped like that. A blog post on Experian's site suggests trade line buyers could be at risk of becoming victims of identity theft if the personal information, including social security number, they provide to get added as an authorized user is misused. The post also raises the specter that a trade line buyer applying for a loan or credit card with an artificially boosted score could be in danger, quote, of committing bank fraud by falsely representing their creditworthiness to lenders. For full coverage, check out Brandon Kokoden's piece.
Now listen, here's the deal. We don't need that kind of attention for trade line companies, man. Last time this happened, y'all know what happened to wholesale trade lines. They got shut down. Y'all know what happened to Boost My Credit Score. And they actually was a clean company. It was a pretty clean company. They got shut down too. And I think it was mainly just social media, right? But let's go ahead and see what the video is, and I'll let you guys make a decision for yourself on what that's going to end up looking like. All right. So I'm going to show you guys the video. By the way, if you guys are looking to increase your credit score, qualify for home ownership, or lower your monthly car payment, we can help you. Go ahead and scan that QR code to find out more about how we can help you, just like we help these people as well. All right. Also, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to this video as well.
This is the sketchiest thing I'm doing to make extra money.
So that's the video. So I'm gonna make sure it plays out. Let me rewind it just a bit. I may have to go back and then go back. So you guys should be able to hear this. If you can't hear it, let me know. I'm going to go back so you guys can get the full sound of it.
This is the sketchiest thing I'm doing to make extra money. I've started selling trade lines on my credit cards. I'm using this site. This isn't sponsored. I just want to point out that they're like legit. And so essentially what this is, if a person has bad credit, but they know that they need to get a mortgage or a car loan or something, they pay money to this website. This website matches them up with me based on what they're looking for. And I add them as an authorized user to my credit card for a set amount of time. They don't physically get any sort of card. They don't get my name. They don't have my information. I have all of their information. But the thing is, because they're an authorized user, they get my credit history, and that raises their credit score. They get a better interest rate on whatever loan they're trying to get. And I would not be doing this if I didn't know multiple people in person who had also done this and like said it was legit, because it seems so sketchy. I gave this website my banking information so that they can direct deposit me money. And the amount you get paid depends on your credit limit, the length the card has been open, various things. And so the ones I have ranges from $40 to $80. which might not sound like much, but if I get $40 and it took me 5 minutes to add an authorized user on my credit card, that's worth it for me. So I've done this a few times now. I think I have 8 possible spots on my different credit cards. They've paid out about $200 so far, and I have another $200 pending. I don't know if I would recommend it from the other side because these people are giving me their full name, birth date, address, and social security number. Like, they just have to trust that I'm not going to sell that on the black market. I don't even know how to do that. So their secret's safe with me. But I don't think they're getting any of my information anyways. If you have a good credit score, this may be for you.
Wow. Y'all see this, man? Let's jump into the comments, man. I know let's jump into the comments right now. Okay. Mojo says, hey, what's going on, Mojo? Michael Burgess says, good evening, brother. How are you? How are you? Scott says, yeah, you never, ever, ever advertise trade lines on any social media. You are absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Now, here's the deal. Why is she doing this? Why is she doing this, guys? Listen, I know many of us now, of course, we're all used to trade lines. They've been around for years. And don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to trade lines, right? Here, if we break down the simplest format of just authorized users in general. If you have a brother, sister, mom, dad, friend, family member that's willing to add you on to their credit card to help you get your scores, that's what it's made for. But when it's people not knowing people and the bank's not making money from it, that plays a role. The bank's got to make some money. Since they're not making money from it, that plays a role. Now, I want to be clear. I've seen clients get their credit cards completely closed by adding and removing people. Now, don't get me wrong. That's where the companies come in at so they can strategically do it to stay under the radar. But it's like the lady said, we know about trade lines. Let's be honest. We just don't talk about it because it's like one of the backdoor ways. And it's like, dude, why are you bringing this attention? Fund on up says, shaking my head. He says, yes, she will get trade lines shut down. You listen, you don't need to bring this much attention to it. You got Forbes. Listen, let's be honest. Trade lines have been talked about for a long time. Now, Forbes didn't spend a whole lot of time on it. They didn't. And thankfully, their video didn't get a lot of views because honestly, it was just a lot of, background voiceover. But had they did a full report on this, we would be looking at another trade line company shut down. And a lot of trade line companies are popping back up. Okay. So what is your thought? Let me know you guys' thoughts inside the comments. What do you guys think about trade lines? Okay. What do you guys think about trade lines? All right. In general. Okay. Michael says, Lord have mercy. Listen, I'm telling you, people, everything ain't got to be on social media. T says, heifer, shut up. He said, listen, don't make no, but you know what though? People have been talking about trade lines, but never from the back end. It was always from the front end, like opinions, or if you want to get a trade line, but never, hey, I get paid this. They tell me to add people here. I get all their information, but their information is safe with me. Man, listen. And y'all know how weird people be. People look people up. I'm sure she's easy to find in Iowa. Come on now. So, but either way, listen, when he says when a moron speaks, I'm telling you, man, listen, it's too much attention, I think. Okay. So Joyce says, that's what I want to know. Why did she do that? Succeeding says she has diarrhea of the mouth. Joy says she told everything. She broke it down. How many of you all ever knew how much they got paid on the back end? How many of you all ever even how did she even find it's so many questions, but why did you put that on the radar like that, man? Now, don't get me wrong. So obviously not much has changed. No company, nothing has been shut down. But if people keep doing this, especially when a video goes viral, here, let me see if I can find that video. I have the original video. I don't know what the numbers are on that video. But either way, it's doing, they say it's got millions of views. I don't necessarily have to find, I found that one, but I'm saying that to say, if you guys want to see here, let me see here. Where is it at? I know it's going to start getting loud in a second. Let me pause it. Okay. I can't see how many views I guess it has. I can only see how many shares. I don't have it on my phone. I would have to look it up, but it's not showing me how many views it has. But it's got 11,000 likes. Oh, my bad. Y'all can't see this. Give me a second. All right, let me see if you guys can see that now. Y'all can't see that either. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me go back to the let me share the screen again. And here we go. All right. So this is it here. Let me make sure you guys can actually see me. So this is the video here, and I'm gonna minimize myself right here. Listen, Joy says she told everything. Listen, the video's doing numbers. Okay. I mean, it got the attention of Forbes magazine. This is not what you want. Now, you guys can see right here that people have been talking about trade lines for a minute. I mean, everybody knows about trade lines, right? It ain't nothing new, right? But then even in the comments, right? Someone says, what could possibly go wrong? This couldn't possibly go wrong. Listen, BBD says, or BBED says, from a credit analyst in real life, bad idea. Okay. Now, here's the deal. Well, if someone said it was legit, it must be. Listen, man, you bring it too much. And don't get me wrong, Amber, I know you're not trying to do this. I know you're not trying to bring that much attention to it, but it brought a lot of attention to it. And who knows? And because she's new to the game, she don't know what happened to wholesale trade. Y'all know what happened to wholesale trade lines. Y'all know what happened to Boost My Score. Those were big in 2018, 2019, 2017, right? Listen, we told people about that back in the day too, because nobody was getting shut down like that. But when they got shut down, it's just a matter of time. So I don't know what's going to happen to trade line supply and the things of that sort. Of course, if you're doing business that banks don't like, then it's just going to be, I don't know how they figure this whole thing out. But that's just my take on it, guys. I at least want to bring that situation up as well. All right, let's get back into the comments. Let me know you guys' thoughts on this as well. All right. So now Mojo says trade lines are a prime example of people not willing to put the work in and have patience. Only reason I see this tactic is to be used if you're a kid or spouse, no one else, but that's just me. And I've seen people do it for family too. Like, cousins, brothers, sisters, something like that. But like at least family, right? I'm with Mo. At least family or somebody that you're really close to, right? Succeeding says, I knew because I Googled it out of curiosity. She says, look, she told Eplis, that's so crazy, man. Listen, Comic Ron White said it best. I had the right to stay silent, but not the ability. Man, listen, she gave it all away. Michael says, that's why I'm doing my credit the honest way, building good relationships with my credit union, etc. Absolutely. And here's the thing, guys. Trade lines aren't, again, it's gray area because they shut down a lot of these people's cards. Even like, if you guys haven't noticed, Equifax is the only credit bureau that when that authorized user account is not active, a lot of times they don't show the history on people's credit reports once that person has been removed from the account. So TransUnion Experian keep it on there for about 7 years. It says terminated. Okay. And so it'll say relationship, no, it'll say account status terminated or account type. It'll say authorized user. Okay. But it'll say terminated. You guys have seen that. But Equifax is the only credit bureau that doesn't allow it to be still showing after a set period of time. All right. So Succeeding says, I know someone who purchased a few seasoned trade lines after 2010 to rebuild from them working in the mortgage industry. Yeah. And so that's the thing. And that's the thing is that there are some people, I know people that have benefited from trade lines. The thing is that I think that when you put it on social media, like you doing too much, man. You doing, but I don't think she knows what happened to the other company. So hopefully everything stays chill. All right. But either way, guys, that's what I want to share with you guys on today. All right. So of course, I already asked you guys about your thoughts. Also, too, make sure you guys go ahead and like, share, and subscribe as well. Okay. Now, oh yeah, I already mentioned that. So either way, so that was pretty much what I want to go into it for today, guys. Of course, we're gonna be wrapping up a little bit earlier today. I actually got started a little bit late, but I want to make sure I got this information out to you guys. Let me know what you guys are thinking about it as well. We got some great videos, most definitely on the way, and we also had our first home buying call. And you got enough time to get in time for we're gonna have another home buying call in 2 weeks. Okay, so make sure you guys get ready for that one. Okay, we got the home buying call coming up in 2 weeks. So if you guys are interested in one more information, you guys can do that as well. So here, I'm going to share this screen with you guys. I'm going to replace this screen with this one here. Okay. And then I'm going to bring that one down. So again, if you all are, looking to go into homeownership, you guys can scan that QR code. These are all the people that we've helped over the years. It's just some of them. Okay. But you could join my home buying challenge. We're going into homeownership. Now, here's nothing too. If you guys are looking for other ways to, just to improve your credit score, lower your car payment, increase your credit score just in general, buy a car, lease a car, whatever you're looking to do, we can help you do that. Okay. But for the month of June, we're going into home buying challenges. And I'm sorry, that's the home buying challenge for the month of June. But next month, we're going to go into business credit and funding. Okay. The first call is actually going to be coming up next week. Okay. So stay tuned for that. The community will be able to get their questions answered as well. So if you guys are looking to get legitimate business funding and legitimate business credit and business funding without having any business credit. A lot of people don't know that you can get business funding without having any business credit. Okay. We're going to be diving into that on next week. So if you guys know of anyone looking to get business funding with or without business credit, stay tuned. We're going to be going live on that next week in the evening time. But of course, we're going to do something special for the community members. They'll be able to get all of their questions answered by our special guests. All right. But either way, don't want to hold you guys up. Let's see here. Mojo says $40 to $80 to risk all your accounts being shut down. It's not worth it. It's most definitely not worth it. Okay. It's most definitely not worth it. And then Mojo says Tradeline company is making bank if they only paying 40 to 50p. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know them. Listen, hold on. Let me, oh, that's the old one. Okay. My bad. Let me go back to here. I'm gonna pause it. So that's the thing. Here's the deal. Y'all know that they sell these trade lines for $350, $400. They making crazy money if they throwing her $40. Okay, $40, and it's only a certain amount of people she can add on these credit cards. You got to constantly be removing people and taking people off. So that means you got to be adding and removing 10 people a month to make $400 a month. Y'all hear this? Okay. So again, 10 people a month just to do $400 a month. Is it worth it? It's not. Listen, but hey. That's just my opinion. Okay. And then we're going to wrap up with Michael Burgess's comment. He says, I'm looking pretty good so far. Almost 700 score with all of Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Great job as well, Michael. You've been doing things the right way. And again, guys, it's nothing wrong with trade lines. You guys just got to know the risks that involved. And some of you all are on authorized user accounts right now. Now, one thing I can say about these trade line companies, they're usually on top of these people about their balances, payment history, stuff like that. But I have seen it where people are authorized users and their percentages are just too high and they think it's helping them and it's actually hurting them. There's one person that got added as an authorized user. They said, hey, they asked them, is your payment history good? They had 3 late payments like 3 years ago. That showed up on the person's history. It ended up taking their scores down. So again, be careful out there, folks. Just be careful out there, folks. All right. So either way, to each his own for sure. Mo says to each his own. Maybe. Yes, absolutely. And when he says congratulations, Michael, as well, especially hitting that 700 score as well. All right, guys. We'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good one. We greatly appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you guys go and download that free